G'day everyone, Uncle Jojo here, great to see you all again. I've been asked a question by Rochelle. Thanks Rochelle for your query. She has asked me about doing her own tiling at home. Firstly, I always recommend to anybody doing their own things to get a professional in to do it. You will always get a top class job when you get a top professional in to do it. Do your homework on those professionals and always use registered trades. Now, another thing that Rochelle said to me was that she's already used registered trades to do all of her framework and her waterproofing. Super important when you do waterproofing, always get somebody that's registered to do all trade work, but waterproofing, if you don't get it right, obviously the water will leak through in your wet areas. So very good work, good on ya, Rochelle, for doing that. Always check out your tradies and get them registered. First things first, Rochelle's asked me about how I go about doing my tiling. Rochelle, the way that I go about my tiling is I do my set outs first. Walls are never plumb or level unless you've got a super duper excellent carpenter that's come in and done them all and they're brand new. If they're an old home, then obviously they're out of plumb. You would have seen on my videos previously. In the old days, they worked in imperial, which was always in inches. So they could have been 1/2 inch to 1.5 inches out of plumb. So what I do is I plumb up everything before I put any of my cladding on the walls, and I do what we call straightening the walls and make sure everything's nice and flat and runs through consistently. Then, once I've got all of my cladding on the walls, I get my plasterer to come in and he stops everything up for me and make sure that all of my my bits and pieces, if you have a look here, even covers all of my nails on my cladding systems, and they're nailed every 150. Once that's done, then obviously we put our waterproofing on the walls. Now, different waterproofing doesn't always work with the tile adhesive that you use. So please make sure that whatever tile adhesive that you use works with the waterproofing that you've got on the walls. I've been to quite a few meetings where we've got massive problems in certain areas where the tiler hasn't, or the waterproofer and tiler haven't worked in unison with each other, and the tile glue doesn't stick to the waterproofing membrane, and all the tiles are popping and falling off the walls or popping off the floors as well. Next thing after I do all of that, I go around my walls and I make my level lines and my plumb lines, and I see how I want to place my tiles on the wall, and then I'll get my clients to come in and walk through with me and just make sure that they're very happy with the way that they're set out. Some people like brick patterns, some people like exact lines. Just remember that if you stand your tile upwards and they're long tiles, then your room will always look higher. If you place your tiles lengthwise sideways or horizontally, then the room will always look wider. So height for high, wide for width. Hope that answers all of your questions, Rochelle. That's how I go about it all. I always make sure that I use high quality tile adhesive, like Acrotile is always a very good one, and I have to mix it myself. I don't very often get the ones that are pre-mixed. I think it's a much better system to make one that's you mix up yourself. They've got really good glues out there. Do your homework, talk to the professionals. Again, I recommend first and foremost to get your own professional tiler in, but if you want to do your own tiling, then make sure you do your homework on that and get the proper products for whichever way you go about it. Thanks for watching. Anybody else out there that's got any questions or queries, flick them over and I'll answer them for you. Till then, like always, thanks for watching and stay awesome.